Creators and Influencers Hangout could not have been timelier, especially as His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, creating opportunities for Deltas as enriched in his more agenda. Meaningful development and opportunities for all are testaments of his commitment that have brought you some of the brightest minds in the creative industry together. To provide context for this gathering, let us consider the global balance sheet for content creators and influencers, a rapidly growing and dynamic industry. The global influencers marketing market value stood at $21.1 billion as of 2023, and it is projected to reach over $24 billion this 2025. This is a testament to the increasing relevance of the creative and influencing space, and it underscores why platforms like this are essential for empowering those shaping this burgeoning industry. Today, we celebrate exceptional talents that are elevating the Delta brand across different sectors, whether through filmmaking, digital content creation, or brand influencing. This platform is a recognition of your hard work, ingenuity, and the connections you've fostered to put Delta State on the global map. While this Maiden edition focuses on celebrating your achievements, we acknowledge the many creatives that are yet to be recognized.
A big thank you to the governor for approving this program. It's a platform where young minds who are creative on their own are able to go out there and put their brain to task to come up with initiatives and ideas and able to sell it to a point where even people are beginning to, buy the brand or buy into the brand. So, and putting them together to appreciate them and let them know that Delta State government knows what they are doing is something that is worth commending the governor and the state and the convener too for putting up a very wonderful program. Like I said in there, this is the first like a Maiden edition. So I'm sure that subsequently it will improve. It's also tied to His Excellency's desire for creating opportunities for all and which will bring meaningful development to the state. So I believe that further harnessing these people's talent and encouraging them, giving them, some sort of capacity building in terms of how best to master their craft. I'm sure it will not only add value to their lives, but even to Delta State as a state. So it's worthy of commendation. Content creation is job creation. It's more of a self-employment. You understand? So for us, as a government, just like what this program is about, it's creating an enabling environment. It's about them leveraging on how best they can do better. You understand? It's like providing them the mental tools and all that to be able to do that. So it's about creating that environment, enhancing their capacity to do better in their craft.
Hairdressing, makeup. I realized that anything that had to do with handwork, it wasn't for me. The most important thing you have to know is what's your thing. You don't do things because every other person is doing it and they are doing well in it. What is your thing? My thing is anything that doesn't have to do with hands. If it has to do with talking, if it has to do with traveling from here to Kafanjan, I'm it. I can do that for free. So I decided, when I was writing those stories and people kept paying attention, and before you know it, I had 20,000 followers on Facebook, I had 30,000, I had 100,000. Number one, what's that thing you can do much more than any other person? There must be something. There must be a unique selling point. There must be, for me it's stories. For you it might be dancing, it might be, there's a unique perspective. Some of you talk so well, you dance so, why am I always talking on dancing? But you know what I mean? There's something you bring to the table that every other person does not have. That's what you should leverage on.
A state can only do the best they can. But how we tell the story, right, goes beyond just the people who do it. Now, empowering influencers to identify impactful stories and telling it in such a way that, first of all, it brings value to them. And then the states as a whole, for me, this is just super brilliant. Like the organizers, they have just given birth to something extraordinary. And so far, so good. I mean, I'm one of the keynote speakers, but I have learned so much from the other speakers as well. Nobody can tell your story more than you, as someone who lives in a place, right? So it is to your advantage, right? It is to your advantage to tell the story of the environment that you are in from a place of strength. Even if you identify challenges, there are ways that you can tell these stories that will inspire more people to believe in the outcome of the state. So the influencers, I'll say, keep telling your story, keep believing in what you do, and just know that as long as you are here, things will be better.
The truth is that we need content creators in Delta State to go more into our culture, our food, and our heritage. I think with that, they will have more items to play with. They will have more stories to tell. They will have more things to sell about the state. And when they go into those things, I think to promote the state won't be a difficult one. For a very long time, you cannot flip through anybody's page and see the Ijo festival, the water festival on anybody's page promoting Delta State. We have youths, we have women, we have men that can swim the beginning of River Niger to the end, and they are from Delta. Nobody is promoting these things, and I think that is why I still believe that the Ministry of Culture and Tourism have a lot to do with these influencers, because when you bring them together, you can now push items for them to work with, and with that they can promote the state the more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your overall assessment of this?
As I said earlier on during my section, I said that the convener of this program is giving a new background and a new face for us to promote Delta State and take Delta State to the next level. Because our governor, His Excellency Elder
There is an act that we call the Cybercrime Act 2015. I would advise all content creators to go and study that act so that it will guide them. You don't abuse somebody in the name of creating content. You don't accuse somebody wrongly in the name of creating content. There is what we call cyber stalking, cyber bullying, amongst other offenses in that Cybercrime Act 2015. I would advise again that they go. It's there on Google. They can download it in PDF. Study it so that they will be guided. We have cases now where somebody is abusing another celebrity and they are dragging themselves to court. These things can be avoided when you know and study the law. Don't forget, ignorance before the law, they said, is not an excuse. Okay, my advice to content creator, which is very, very important. Forget about the principle of me, myself, and I. Before you promote yourself as an individual, promote your state, promote your country. Nobody wants to bring the death of his home outside. If you know you cannot bring the death of your home outside, why bring the death of your country, the death of your state on the media for the whole world to see? We should promote the country. We should leave this saying of good news is not a news, that bad news sells faster than good news. No, good news can sell. Let us promote the country so that our children and children unborn generations to come will enjoy the country.
From Delta State, a lot of strong brand influencers from Delta State, and we still have really poor PR, which brings me back to